In our top stories, opposition parties celebrate the ANC's backtracking on the Protection of State Information Bill, and 2 Turkish journalists held in Syria on their way home. Good evening. Opposition parties have celebrated the ANC's backtracking on the controversial Protection of State Information Bill today. The parties shared a podium at Boysons Park in Port Elizabeth. The opposition parties, which joined together to fight the passing of the bill, said they would continue to work together in future in the interests of democracy. It was COPE's President Musiwa Lugoda who united the opposition parties to fight the bill. Lugoda has told various party supporters that he has never heard President Jacob Zuma highlighting a danger to national security.
The only thing is that we have been exposing their corruption day in and day out. It is now clear that the threat is not to the country, not to government. It is a threat to those who are stealing and abusing and spending recklessly the resources of our nation. We must resist this legislation. There's nothing wrong with the Constitution. We actually do not need it.
The opposition parties say they will continue to stand together when the bill is re-looked, as there are still aspects they are unhappy with. COPE's Smart Ngonyama, Freedom Plus Anton Alberts and ACDP's Stephen Swart agree that major progress has been made as a result of their unity.
Now, democracy is getting stronger and opposition has to be taken seriously.
Despite their various differences ideologically, they can still stand together and take a united stand against what is wrong in this country in defending the Constitution at the very least.
Well, we welcome the fact that we can stand together on a common issue. As was started in Khayelitsha when this process was initiated, it is unprecedented. I've been in Parliament for 13 years. We've never had such a joint opposition to an issue as we've seen today.
Maritime authorities are trying to refloat the stricken Japanese fishing vessel that ran aground in thick fog at Clifton in the Cape Peninsula. The 50-meter-long Eihatsu Maru with a crew of 28 got stranded this morning. 19 of the crew members have been evacuated by the National Sea Rescue Institute. Disaster management spokesperson Wilfred Solomons Johannes says 2 tugboats will be used in the operation.
The tugboat has arrived and attempts will be made to remove the vessel at the first available opportunity. If it fails, we will initiate further actions and implementing procedures how to remove the vessel within the next 24 to 48 hours along the coastline until the condition deteriorates that can result in a major emergency along the coastline.
Minister of Tourism Martinus van Schalkwyk says South Africans need to see more of their own country. Van Schalkwyk was speaking at the Tourism Indaba at the ICC in Durban. It's widely regarded as Africa's largest travel trade show. Van Schalkwyk says the newly launched domestic tourism campaign is aimed at getting locals to travel and spend locally.
South Africa is doing very well when it comes to international visitors. We are outperforming all our competitors. But when it comes to South Africans visiting the attractions in our own country, we can do better. Yes, the number of trips by South Africans every year, that's increasing. But we should make sure that we also get the number of South Africans increasing and the spend as well. That's why we're launching the domestic tourism campaign. It is to convince South Africans that it's here on our doorstep. What the rest of the world wants, we have.
Further afield, 2 Turkish journalists who were held in Syria for 2 months are on their way home after being released following Iranian mediation. Reporter Adam Ozkoze and cameraman Hamid Koskun have arrived in the Iranian capital, Tehran. They are said to be in good health. They were reported to be missing at the end of March while they were working in northern Syria on a documentary on the Syrian government's crackdown on pro-democracy protests. A Turkish plane will take the pair back to Turkey. And finally, the English town of Sandwich is celebrating the 250th anniversary of the bread and filling snack which bears its name. The first written record of the sandwich was in 1762 when John Montague, the 4th Earl of Sandwich, ordered beef served between slices of bread so he could eat while continuing a game of cards. Tradition has that his friends asked for the same as sandwich and the name caught on. Over the weekend, the town is holding sandwich competitions and will stage reenactments of the moment the Earl ordered for the food in bread, nowadays a worldwide famous snack.